Well, welcome back in. Our topic again tonight is nursing home negligence. So glad that you stayed up late with us this evening on this very important topic. We're going to turn right back to the phone lines right now because we understand that Don here in Birmingham has been holding for quite a while. And Don, we appreciate your patience. If you will, go right ahead with your question.
Oh, yes. I was calling because I have a special need family member that's in a nursing home, and he's on a feeding tube. And I would like to know, without causing any type of problems with the nursing home, how will we go about reporting if we feel like he's been neglected in certain areas?
Okay, that's a great question.
Well, you can always report something with the Alabama Department of Health through their website or through the hotline. But I hear what you're saying. You don't want to make matters worse. Mm-hmm. And so what do? Well, I think you can do one of a couple of things. You can report it anonymously, and whether or not they're able to figure out and make that connection or not, I don't know if you want to risk that or not, because I don't know that it's going to do any good. I know you want to prevent stuff from happening to other people, but your primary objective is to make sure that your loved one is taken care of. I think that's what everybody mm-hmm. would think. So if you feel like your loved one is is experiencing some neglect, whatever that is, but maybe it's not actionable, maybe a lawyer can't do anything about it, maybe it's not something that you can file in court. Well, I think that the first line of defense is probably taught with the staff, the nursing staff, and then the next line is the nursing home administrator and the administration, and voice your concerns. A lot of times that'll go a long way if you do it in an orderly way, if you do it in a calm way, and if you just ask simple questions, ask for meetings, and ask for some explanation.
Okay.
But you always want to document abuse. So if there's, and you didn't share with us what the issue was, your loved one is on a feeding tube, it's the person with special needs. So, whatever it is, you want to make sure that it's documented. It has to be documented in the hospital chart or the nursing home chart, and it also needs to be documented, with photographs and things like that. So, I get it. You don't want to make a situation worse, but you do need to do something, and that starts with the staff. That starts with being visible and asking questions. And if you can't get any results, then file your complaint directly. File the complaint and let it be known that you have a problem with what's going on. So it's a tough situation, though. It's a tough call.
At what point, Kim, would you say get an attorney, and would getting an attorney help in a situation like Don just explained?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the situation.
Okay.
I don't know if this is an issue of malnutrition. I don't know if this is an issue of with someone having a feeding tube. Sometimes they can pull it out, sometimes they can. I mean, there's just a lot of different things with this particular scenario. Okay. But, if someone we see a lot of pressure ulcers. Pressure ulcers really shouldn't occur.
Okay.
Bed sores
Gotcha.
is a common term. Falls. A lot of times the elderly fall in nursing homes, but they don't document those falls. Mm. So it can be several, days or even, weeks after something happens, and then somebody goes to visit the person in the nursing home, mom or dad, and they're like, "You got a broken arm. What happened?" Mm-hmm. Okay, well, something happened. And then, you could have situations where someone chokes on their food. Maybe they're not getting, the right diet. Mm-hmm. Diet is a huge issue in nursing homes. And if they're not on the right diet, it could mean, I've handled these cases, life or death. Somebody could aspirate on something Absolutely. That they shouldn't be eating.
Yes.
So, I mean, those are just things that you rely on the folks at the homes, but it really takes, I think, too, you being involved and you following the care of the loved one, knowing that many times they're understaffed.
Yeah. Can we, let me ask the producer this, can we give the number just a little bit later for that nursing home hotline, negligence hotline? Can we get that prepared? I'd love to be able to share that with folks. So we'll give that to folks before we end the show tonight. But before we get to that, Ken, let me ask, when you have injuries in a home, when someone is abused or something like that, there's an issue of arbitration that may come up.
Right, yes.
But sometimes lawyers shy away from that. You all do not.
Yeah.
So talk about what that is and why it's important to have a firm that does not shy away from that topic.
Right. So the Supreme Courts in Alabama have held that arbitration agreements in nursing home cases are valid and enforceable. So what that means is when you sign a loved one into the nursing home, or they sign themselves in, but whoever the responsible party is signs them in, they sign what's called an arbitration agreement, which means that there's no jury, but that it goes before, the claim goes before an arbitrator. And an arbitrator is a lawyer who is basically a judge for this particular type case. And so it can be very expensive, but you know, it's the process that we have, it's the system that we have, and we've taken numerous cases to arbitration and had good results. So, you know, just because somebody mentions, oh, well, this is arbitration, don't let that deter you, okay?
Yeah.
Just because it's a little bit different doesn't, it's still doable, very doable.
You can get help, and there's a way, I don't want to use the word fight, but is there a way to fight it? Is that the way that you would phrase it?
It's tough to fight the arbitration agreements. You know, sometimes you can. You know, I would prefer that a jury judge conduct, a jury of peers. But the law currently is, and it was fought very hard for by the nursing home industry, was not to be judged by peers, but rather to be judged by, you know, an arbitrator. So there for a while, I think a lot of folks maybe didn't get the legal help that they needed because, you know, arbitration is expensive and can be, you know, the results are sometimes, you know, a little unpredictable, which everything in the law is. But no, we do arbitration all the time.
Well, a very important topic tonight. Certainly hope that we help some folks and wish everyone the best in dealing with this very sensitive topic for you and your loved ones. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight to watch us. Make sure that you watch us next week, of course, for LawCall. Always here to help. Hope that we look forward to helping next week as well. Until then, have a great night and a great week.